You gotta check this out.
Now, those reps for Combs say that this was, and I'm quoting here, a gross use of military-level force.
He made claims that they never had, but how would he grope your aim?
It's a scandal that's shaking Hollywood to its core. In the latest scoop, Cuba Gooding Jr. finds himself tangled in a shocking lawsuit that accused him of sexually assaulting Diddy's own producer, Rodney Jones Jr., also known as Lil Rod. As the drama unfolds, past controversies and betrayal come to the surface, which have been leaving all of us gasping for the juicy details. We're debating whether Gooding's tarnished reputation will sink further, or if Diddy will dodge the fallout. Buckle up, this is a wild ride you won't want to miss. The lawsuit. What it's about: the lawsuit involving Cuba Gooding Jr. and Diddy has grabbed widespread attention due to the serious nature of the allegations and the high-profile figures involved. At the center of the case is Rodney Jones Jr., also known as Lil Rod. We all know him as a well-known producer who has worked closely with Diddy for years. The accusations against Gooding claim that he sexually assaulted Lil Rod. In the high-profile lawsuit we mentioned earlier, both Gooding and Diddy are named as defendants. This case has raised great concerns in the entertainment industry and forced us to wonder how badly these claims would impact both Gooding and Diddy. After all, the reputation they built for years is at stake, and if proven, these claims can destroy their Hollywood careers forever.
Diddy is now at the center of this federal investigation, with multiple people being interviewed by federal officials in New York related to allegations of trafficking, and more against the rapper.
Cuba Gooding Jr. is an Academy Award-winning actor and has faced legal trouble before. Not only that, he's been accused of multiple allegations of sexual misconduct back in 2019. These prior accusations make his involvement in this lawsuit even more controversial because they prove that he's always been a problematic character.
Show me the money.
But Gooding's involvement in this case is important because his name has been dragged with a person closely connected to Diddy's professional life. The lawsuit claims that Gooding directly assaulted the victim, and from what it seems, he might not slip out of it so easily this time.
The music producer accusing Diddy of sexual assault and harassment is also accusing actor Cuba Gooding Jr. This producer filed the original lawsuit last month, accusing Combs of forcing him to find sex workers and pressuring him into doing things with them.
On the other hand, Diddy's name has also come up as his co-conspirator, and this complicates the situation. It's true that no one pointed their fingers at him directly this time, but since he is closely associated with Lil Rod and someone from his production team was behind the assault, it puts him in a tough position.
He's saying Gooding and him while they were on Combs' yacht. No comment from Gooding's reps yet.
Well, as you all know, Diddy is no stranger to controversy either. He's faced various legal issues and public scandals throughout his career. Especially in 2024, his name has been all over the news for various shocking claims and lawsuits. Let's just say that this generation will always remember Diddy as long as they're alive.
Remember, just the last couple of minutes, too, we're learning that the feds apparently found guns at the homes of Combs, according to 3 sources familiar with the matter.
People claiming to have been victimized by Sean Combs. We now represent 120 individuals who intend to bring civil claims in civil court against Sean Diddy Combs.
To add to that, his involvement in this lawsuit could further tarnish his public image, especially if the case moves forward and more damaging details come to light. But why is Lil Rod's involvement so important, and how is he really tied to Diddy? Lil Rod's birth name is Rodney Jones Jr. He is a notable figure within the music industry, especially due to his close association with Sean Diddy Combs. As a key member of Diddy's production team, Lil Rod has been involved in producing and shaping much of the music that has come out of Diddy's label. He's mostly known for his work behind the scenes. He has collaborated on a number of projects that have helped maintain Diddy's influential presence in the music world. His professional background is rooted in the production of hip-hop and R&B, genres where Diddy's Bad Boy Records has had a great impact. Over the years, Lil Rod has earned a reputation as one of the trusted members of Diddy's inner circle by playing a crucial role in the production of high-profile albums and singles. His close working relationship with Diddy not only made him a known face in the industry, but also made him a central figure in many of Diddy's business witnesses. Many speculate that he became famous because he was so close to Diddy. However, there have been speculations that Diddy might have tried to harm Lil Rod's career at one point.
Lil Rod ain't worth giving this kingdom to if we don't control his publishing. I can solve his efforts with 3 other human beings. He's eating at our table, and I like his backstory, but you need to have other people. It's hard to work with him unless we have his love. He's a piece of human, but we do not need his talent unless we can work with him.
And now, the allegations of sexual assault involving Cuba Gooding Jr. have raised eyebrows not only because of the nature of the claims, but also due to Lil Rod's industry ties. How does a person with so much at stake make such a stupid mistake? The alleged incident. Ever since the lawsuit was made public, the alleged involving Cuba Gooding Jr. and Lil Rod has become a focal point of media scrutiny. Well, let's not blame the media, because high-profile people were pointing fingers at each other and making claims that would chill anyone to their bones, and the media had a right to be a part of the gossip. According to the lawsuit, the incident reportedly took place at a private event hosted by Diddy, which Cuba Gooding Jr. also attended. The details of assault suggest that Gooding allegedly acted inappropriately towards Lil Rod, and the misconduct involved physical and sexual acts. The timeline of events was a little unclear. Lil Rod's testimony became the base of the case and detailed the uncomfortable and horrifying situation he had to go through. Details from witnesses haven't been shared with the public yet, since the case is still going on, but there are reports that other people at the event saw interactions between Gooding and Lil Rod that support parts of the accusation. Lil Rod's claims on the paper said how he felt both humiliated and violated by the incident. When these allegations first came out, the public and media were shocked beyond imagination. Cuba Gooding Jr. was already buried in multiple sexual misconduct allegations at the time, and people couldn't stop talking about him. Because Diddy hosted the party where the assault took place, people didn't spare him either. Now, let's take a look at how Cuba Gooding Jr. has faced a series of legal challenges over recent years, particularly surrounding allegations of sexual misconduct. His legal troubles began to appear publicly in 2019 when multiple women accused him of inappropriate behavior, including groping and other forms of unwanted sexual contact. These accusations slowly grew in number over the years. Some of them happened at bars or nightclubs where Gooding allegedly acted inappropriately toward women. Shockingly, over 30 women in total have come forward with allegations, and now Gooding's career is about to go up in flames. The current lawsuit for sexually assaulting Lil Rod completely matches his past misconduct. Most of his previous allegations involved women, but this is the first time a male has accused him of the same, and the pattern screams that Gooding has a serious problem, and might even be a predator in disguise. Gooding has always denied the accusations against him, and maintained his innocence in each case. His defense team has frequently argued that the accusations are either exaggerated or entirely false. They called those women opportunistic and claimed that they were trying to tarnish his reputation.
I'm here for a reason, and I know that as long as I do what I do, and I'm good at what I do, and I'm passionate about what I do, God's will be done.
However, in this current lawsuit involving Lil Rod, Gooding has not made any public statements specifically addressing the allegations, but it's likely that his legal team will follow a similar defense strategy. They may attempt to challenge the credibility of the accuser and witnesses and argue that the incident has been misrepresented or blown out of proportion. And now, we want to see how Lil Rod reacts to these attempts. Diddy's involvement in the case. Diddy is a co-defendant rather than the primary accused in the sexual assault allegations against Cuba Gooding Jr., and we believe that he's been thanking the stars for not having another trouble on his shoulders. Even though Gooding is being accused of the direct misconducts, Diddy's name is not far behind. As we stated before, he has had a close professional relationship with Lil Rod over the years, and he held the party where the incident took place. As a result, Diddy has been accused of negligence. The lawsuit argued that he created an environment where the mishap took place. Unlike Gooding, Diddy's response to the lawsuit has been fast and strategic. His legal team claimed that he had no direct involvement in the incident and that any actions on Gooding's part were unrelated to Diddy's professional responsibilities. Diddy himself has not made many public statements addressing the case, likely due to the sensitive nature of the claims and the legal advice to remain silent as the case proceeds. However, his representatives have firmly denied any wrongdoing on his part and said that his name was added by Lil Rod just for publicity. If proven, this lawsuit can severely damage Diddy's already shaky image. He was previously seen as a music mogul, entrepreneur, and cultural icon. But after 2024, people have started seeing him as a problematic mafia and sexual predator. After his wrongdoings came tumbling out of the closet, the Me Too movement continued to call attention to issues of sexual misconduct and workplace safety. Moreover, the association with a serious lawsuit, even if indirectly, could affect Diddy's ongoing business ventures, endorsements, and creative projects. Someone like Diddy needs to maintain his public image if he wants to continue his trades, and the longer his name remains entangled in this legal battle, the more it risks slowly destroying his carefully cultivated image of success and power. But would he be able to save it all? Only time will tell. The legal battle so far. So, where does the lawsuit stand now? From the outset, the defendants filed motions to dismiss the case, arguing that the allegations were baseless and lacked substantial evidence. Gooding's team highlighted inconsistencies in Lil Rod's story and tried to make the events seem less believable. Diddy's legal team didn't address the accusations directly, but argued that Diddy wasn't involved and shouldn't be held responsible. Despite these efforts, the court decided the case would continue, saying there was enough reliable information to look deeper into the claims. There have been several court hearings where both sides have shared their initial arguments. When the defendants tried dismissing the claims, the prosecution kept stressing how serious the accusations were and was pushing for the case to go to trial. According to reports, settlement talks were discussed behind closed doors. Although no official statements have been made, there are rumors that Gooding's team is considering settling the case to avoid more bad publicity and a long legal fight. However, nothing has been finalized, and it looks like the case is still moving toward a trial. The media has been heavily covering this lawsuit because both defendants are famous. News outlets and tabloids have followed every update and created unnecessary dramatic stories. Most of the attention has been on Gooding, who has faced public criticism due to his past legal issues. But Diddy is also being dragged equally. Lil Rod says that Diddy can do anything to clear his name. Countering the fallen singer's allegations in his latest motion, Jones called him a monster, adding that he'll resort to any means necessary to get exactly what he wants. He's nothing to be played with. For a person whose brand is Love Records and changed their name to Love and named their kid Love, he doesn't show love. He's just marketing. Public reactions to the accusations against Cuba Gooding Jr. and Diddy have been mixed, showing how complicated celebrity scandals can be in the Me Too era. Fans of both stars have felt different emotions. Some are shocked and disappointed, while others are doubtful or in denial. Many people find it hard to connect the serious claims with the images of these famous figures. Many even think Gooding is being blamed unfairly. The Me Too movement has changed how people view cases, especially when celebrities are involved. In the past, these kinds of accusations might have been ignored or settled quietly, but now, the movement has made people take these claims more seriously and hold powerful figures accountable. As a result, cases like this get more public attention, with many supporting the accuser's right to be heard and calling for justice. Even after so much evidence, Gooding and Diddy still have many fans who stand by them, saying the accusations are false or blown out of proportion. Supporters believe the lawsuit is part of a smear campaign, while critics call for accountability and a fair investigation. Effect on Gooding and Diddy's careers. Cuba Gooding Jr.'s ongoing legal troubles, including the current lawsuit about the alleged assault of Lil Rod, will likely have a big impact on his acting career. Because of these serious accusations, Gooding has been mostly pushed aside in Hollywood, with fewer producers and directors wanting to work with him. His public appearances have also decreased as his legal issues keep making headlines. However, he's always denied the allegations during interviews and TV appearances. The actor maintained from the beginning that his encounter with the woman was consensual after the two met at a nearby restaurant. She said in her lawsuit that Gooding her in his room. His lawyers, though, insisted that it was consensual sex and that she bragged afterward to others that she had sex with a celebrity. In the long run, the damage to Gooding's career might be permanent. Even if he's not found guilty in this case, the many accusations against him have already hurt his reputation, making it hard for him to make a comeback. Hollywood has become less willing to work with actors who have troubled pasts, especially since the Me Too movement. Gooding's situation could end up like other actors, such as Kevin Spacey and Harvey Weinstein, whose careers fell apart after similar accusations. Any projects that Gooding is currently working on or plans to do in the future are likely to be put on hold or canceled because studios want to stay away from the controversy. His chances of reviving his career may depend on the outcome of this lawsuit, but even if he wins, the doubt surrounding him might make it hard for him to fully return to acting. On the other hand, Diddy is a major figure in the music industry and a successful businessman who has created a big empire that includes music, fashion, drinks, and entertainment. However, being named as a co-defendant in this lawsuit could seriously affect his business, music career, and overall reputation. Even though Diddy isn't the main person accused, his connection to the event and his professional ties to Lil Rod could harm his image. Diddy's businesses, like his Ciroc vodka brand, his music label, and Revolt TV, depend a lot on his image as a smart and larger-than-life person. Being involved in a big lawsuit like this could make the public view him negatively, which might hurt sales and partnerships. Companies and sponsors are more careful about working with people involved in controversies, especially those related to sexual misconduct, so Diddy's situation could make them rethink their partnerships with him.
Diddy's music has already been removed from all Peloton devices following a number of sexual assault and trafficking allegations. He also got forced to step down as the CEO of Revolt TV.
Although Diddy has dealt with controversies before, like legal fights and public arguments, none have been as serious as a lawsuit about sexual assault. If this case gets more attention, it could be worse than his past issues and might hurt his public image and legacy for a long time. The lawsuit could also make others in the music industry hesitant to work with Diddy, as they might want to stay away from the negative attention. If the case stays in the news for a long time, Diddy could be shunned by other industry professionals who don't want to be linked to such a controversial legal battle. This could lead to a decline in his influence in both culture and his profession. What's next? As the legal battle over the allegations against Cuba Gooding Jr. and Diddy continues, several important court dates are coming up. Both defendants are getting ready for hearings where they will try to have the case thrown out and respond to arguments from Lil Rod. On the next big court date, the judge will listen to both sides about whether the claims are valid and if the case should go to trial. Depending on what happens, there might be chances for more negotiations or discussions about a settlement, which could change how the case goes. It's still unclear whether the case will go to trial or be settled. If both sides can't agree, the case might go to trial, where evidence and testimonies will be presented to a jury. Because the people involved are well known, a trial could attract a lot of media coverage and public attention and make things more complicated for both Gooding and Diddy. On the other hand, a settlement could help them avoid the risks of a court battle, but it might affect how the public views them and whether they are held accountable. This case is important, not just for Gooding and Diddy, but for the entertainment industry as a whole. It shows how society is changing and demanding accountability for sexual misconduct. The public is pushing for justice and transparency, announcing that famous figures are being watched more closely. They have proven that they will hold individuals responsible for their actions. This case could help spark a bigger conversation about the culture of silence that has long existed in Hollywood and encourage industry leaders to create stricter rules to prevent misconduct. The ultimate outcome of this case will prove how fair Hollywood currently is when it comes to ensuring justice against power and abuse. So, what did you think about the new proof against Gooding? Do you think the allegations are true? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more content on crime.
That video was something. Those about almost 20 minutes, but it goes in very interesting detail about how it's going to affect all three men: Lil Rod, PDiddy, and Cuba Gooding Jr. And like I said, that's, wow. The problem is seems like Cuba Gooding Jr. had the same type of track record as Diddy. He has has some type of controversy follow him, and he got all his accusations follow him as well. Diddy, don't even get me started. I mean, this guy, I've been explaining. I think Cuba Gooding Jr. got about 30 women accused him of inappropriate behavior. Diddy got about 120 people right off the bat from one source, and Lord knows how many people from other sources going back decades. So it's going to be rough. So I know, like I said, 2025, look out. Like I said, get your popcorn, get your candy, get your soda, get your easy chair, because this will make Game of Thrones look like romper room. Cause it's going to be insane. It's going to be nasty. It's going to be messy. It's going to be violent in terms of the court trials. But I want to go right here on peoplemagazine.com. That talks about this. It talks about Cuba Gooding Jr. accused of essaying producer Lil Rod on Sean Diddy's yacht lawsuit. Pretty much it's like a review of what has been spoken about already. How Lil Rod was assaulted on the same yacht that P. Diddy's on. And P. Diddy's more should be responsible for what goes on a yacht. He didn't take accountability. And long story short, you probably know what happened there. This is what happens, like, to recap real quickly though. In the complaint, Jones claimed that Oscar winner began touching, groping, and fondling his legs, upper inner thighs, near his groin, small of his back, near his buttocks, and his shoulders while on the yacht in the U.S. Virgin Islands, rented by Combs in January 2023. So it wasn't that long ago. Jones believes Combs was grooming him to be passed off to his friends like a joint. When he introduced Jones to Gooding and allegedly suggested that Cuba gets to know Mr. Jones better. Yeah, right. According to the complaint, Jones was extremely uncomfortable and rejected his advances, but Cuba allegedly did not stop until Mr. Jones forcibly pushed him away. An attorney for Gooding did not immediately respond to people's requests for comment. Shocker. Okay, this is what it says here. Combs' adult son, Justin, his chief of staff, Christina Coram, and Universal Music Group CEO, Sir Lucian Grange, are also named as defendants in oh, shoot. Wow, looks like Lil Rod is not playing. They are named in the lawsuit. So you got Diddy's son, Justin. You also got his chief of staff, Christina Coram, and Universal Music Group CEO, Sir Lucian Granger. And that dude is up top. Wow, he's one of the top dudes. So Lil Rod is not playing. He is not playing. But it's in an updated lawsuit. In February of this year, when the lawsuit was originally filed, Combs' lawyer, Sean Hawley, said in a statement, Lil Rod is nothing more than a liar who filed a $30 million lawsuit shamelessly looking for an undeserved payday. His reckless name-dropping about events that are pure fiction and simply did not happen is nothing more than a transparent attempt to garner headlines. We have overwhelming, indisputable proof that his claims are complete lies, Hawley added at the time. Our attempt to share this proof with Mr. Jones' attorney, Tyrone Blackburn, has been ignored as Mr. Blackburn refuses to return our calls. We will address these outlandish allegations in court and take all appropriate action against those who make them. So this is going to be one heck of a fight. In terms of court, it's going to be one heck of a fight. This week, 2 of Combs' properties were raided by federal agents, which a Homeland Security investigators rep told people was part of an ongoing investigation. You remember that one, folks. It wasn't the cops who raided his properties. It was Homeland Security. So if Homeland Security ever raids your home, that means one thing: you are an Avengers level threat to the community at large. That's a very, very serious big deal. Cuba has faced separate SA allegations in the past. In April 2022, an actor pleaded guilty to one count of forcibly touching a woman at a New York City rooftop bar back in 2018, and in June 2023. Bro, as an old song would go, keep your hands to yourself. Unless the woman gets close to you to a point where she snuggles up on you, don't be an octopus, for heaven's sakes. Gooding settled a 2020 lawsuit brought against him in which he was accused of raping a woman twice in 2013. It says here, if you or someone you know has been SA, please contact the National SA Hotline at 1-800, I repeat, 1-800-656-HOPE-4673, or go to RAINN.org. Yeah. Like I said, I'll probably post that on there too, on the link. That is like some deep stuff here. But overall, folks, the situation that involves Lil Rod, Cuba Gooding Jr., and PDiddy, you know, like I said, like Lil Rod's gonna be pulled in there too, pulled in there, but to testify against Diddy. But the one person who could be pulled, to be dragged down with Diddy, is Cuba Gooding Jr. So, what's your thoughts on that, folks? Let me know your thoughts down below. Peace.